Nobody talks about how hard it is to really feel the shoes of a life of an empath. Being a person who is the one who really cares, the one who is generally considered to be the one who feels the most. Usually that's the girl in the group or the person in the dynamic that's considered to be the most sensitive. Nobody talks about how hard it is to walk in the shoes of an empath. Nobody talks about how hard it is to walk in the shoes of someone who genuinely cares. Okay, to be in the world that we live in today where everybody is about me, myself, and I. Everything is framed around self preservation. Everything is prefaced with this preconceived notion that it's okay to only think about yourself. And it's okay to only make decisions for yourself. It's okay to live a life that's centered around you. If you want to do something, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you offend someone, it doesn't matter. If you lose relationships, it's not that big of a deal. There's this weight that people who genuinely care feel when it comes to relationship, when it comes to those decisions. Like on the other side, speaking from being on the other side of those decisions, the other side of, the other side of those decisions. What we do in our lives, they don't just affect us. They affect the people that surround us and the people that's connected to us. And there's this weight that the people who actually do feel, the people who actually care, feel around being on the receiving end of those things. It's hard. Loving people past their insecurities, past their pain, past their brokenness. It's hard. It really is hard. Carrying the weight of being someone who genuinely cares. Being that person in a relationship that 9 times out of 10 when stuff is going on, you notice it. Being the person that 9 times out of 10, if a person's mannerisms change, you notice it. If their energy feels off, you notice it. If something's wrong, you notice it. And it's not a noticing from a standpoint or a perspective of, oh, I want to know what you got going on or whatever, and I just want to know your business. No. It's like when you're going through it, I'm going through it. When you're experiencing the pain, the frustration, the weight of whatever it is that you're going on, being that person that's like, oh, you're going through this, we're going through this. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes wearing that cape is hard. Especially walking amongst a lot of people who don't care or don't value. Walking amongst the people who don't value that cape. They don't value the superpower. The fact that you actually care about someone's feelings. It's like, oh, you're just sensitive. No, you're just insensitive. A lot of people are so insensitive and have become desensitized in this world, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy how cold people's hearts are. And it's just one of those things where I think unless you walk in the shoes that I'm describing, you won't understand. It's hard carrying the weight of knowing that you're the one who cares the most, or you're the one who feels the most, or you're the one 9 times out of 10 that's going to be the one who is affected by what's going on. That's hard. I think it's a way, like I said, unless you actually live it, you wouldn't understand. It's It's hard sometimes sitting in that seat and experiencing how cold people can be when you tell them how you feel, when you're trying to paint a picture for people that they just don't understand. They don't understand why you care so much about what someone said or how they said it or how things played out. They don't understand. It's almost like it doesn't matter, or like things just don't hold the significance that they should. I mean, think about how many people walk past someone every single day. They could see them crying and they're unfazed. They could see a stranger on the street crying and they're unfazed. Now, if they're bleeding or something, then maybe they'll stop to see what's going on. Maybe they'll roll down their windows or they'll pull over on the side of the road to see what's going on. But it's not always out of genuine concern. Most of the time, it's coming from a place of curiosity, just to gather information. And what has happened in the world that we have gotten so detached from our hearts? What has happened in the world that this is the norm? What has happened in the world that people are able to function this way and they don't see anything wrong with it? I've been the person for all of my life, as far back as I can remember, that I've had these big emotions that I couldn't always understand. I cared about people and how they felt. I cared about how they felt about me. I cared about what was happening around me. I remember being in school and seeing people getting bullied or seeing certain things happening, and it bothered me. In my subconscious, it always bothered me. And now more than ever, just being one of those days, today is one of those days where I'm sitting in the raw emotion of being a person who feels very deeply and feeling very deeply about everyone. It doesn't even have to be someone that I know. And it's challenging. It's challenging sometimes when you look around and you find yourself being the one who cares the most, or you look around and you yourself need someone to care that same way, and there isn't anyone. Or there are people, but they're just not there because of whatever they have going on. I know I'm not the only person in the world who feels that way, so for all the other people out there who feel very deeply and who find themselves having days where their heart feels very heavy, just know you're not alone. And that I do believe that we are all wired this way for a reason, and that there's a warmth and there's a love that we bring to people. I do believe that empaths are meant to help reignite the hearts of God's people all over the world. And sometimes the weight of that, the weight of being the one who cares and not necessarily having the support system to reciprocate that love, can be hard.